Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the regularly scheduled meeting of the Board of Public Works for today, Monday, August 19th, 2019.
Commissioner Garcia, Cabello, James, Davis, and Caloza are present. President James, you do have a quorum. May we start with Bureau introductions, please, starting with Bureau of Contract Administration.
Good morning, Kimberly Fitzpatrick, Bureau of Contract Administration.
Good morning, Chimeng Guang for the Bureau of Street Services.
Good morning, Asad Al-Najjar, Bureau of Street Lighting.
Good morning, Ali Postiala, Sanitation.
Good morning, Elisa Blake, Bureau of Engineering.
Good morning, Lori Rittenberg, City Attorney.
Fernando Campos, Executive Officer. President James, we did receive 2 speaker cards under general public comment today. We have no commentary under the Neighborhood Council comment section and no speaker cards for any of the items for today's agenda.
We've got 2 items for presentation. Let's go ahead and take our general public comment so we can take care of them and get them out of the building. I've got Virginia Villa and Emilio Martinez.
Good morning, Commissioners. I'm here today with my neighbor, Emilio Martinez, to request a more expeditious resolution of our case that is before the Department of Public Works and now the City's Attorney's Office. On February 14th of this year, our retaining wall collapsed, along with my neighbor, which are joined. Our homes are located on 5100 Baltimore Street and 5104 Baltimore, respectively. Since then, our lives have been on a standstill. Missed work days, birthdays, family gatherings, since our homes are exposed and open to others. Specifically for me and my family, we have been able to live in our home, getting water from the main pipe through a hose. As you can imagine, it's been 7 months of this. Over the past few months, we have uncovered through the California Public Records Act that our city rebuilt the wall on the entire western portion of the retaining wall and about 35% of the northern part of the wall in 2005. At the same time, the city assessed that the collapse and assumed responsibility for the repair. In 2004, the field investigation report also revealed that the city was aware of the potential failure of the northern wall in 2004. Upon our research, we couldn't find any information why no action was taken on the cracked northern part of the wall. Frankly, we just want to know what is going on and why it's been referred to the City Attorney's Office. Over the past few weeks, we have given the city surveyor access to our home, who had no idea why he was here or there. There appears to be no communications between engineering division, staff, and building and safety. When we got a call 2 weeks ago from building and safety about needing to go in and request an extension when we already have the extension till November 30th. Because of the lack of communications between the various city departments and others, we felt forced to protect ourselves and file a tort claim against the city. Through this whole ordeal, there have been some incredible public servants, and I want to acknowledge these individuals: Catherine Nuesca Gaba, Patrick Schmidt, Ted Allen, and Paul Morrison. As a proud Angelino who is in her professional life supports nonprofits across the state to actually expand the electorate and to educate residents about public service and about representative governments, I'm heartbroken that the city has the lack of transparency and processes and explanations for why things happen. I'm not asking for anything other than just updates and an explanation. I am here because I want you to hear from me, a resident, along with Emilio, on how hard it's been to navigate the city and to get clear answers about the city's processes. This should not be how the city should function or be. For your reference, I'm going to include the fields report from this spring and the one from 2005. Thank you for your consideration.
Thank you, ma'am. That'll close general public comment. We'll also close the neighborhood council category of commentary. Let's start. Mr. Haj Khalil, where are you, sir? There you are. We have summer interns, and we have our motor sweeper course graduates as well. And I see our Assistant General Manager, Keith Mose here. How would you like to prefer?
First of all, good morning, and Adel Haj Khalil, General Manager of Streets LA. I'd like to start with the interns
and
Okay.
then we go to the street sweepers. For the interns, I'd like to ask Commissioner Cabello to join me here. And I think, first I want to acknowledge that the work and the support that we had from Commissioner James being our liaison for many years, but we're so proud and happy to have Commissioner Cabello be our liaison as we deal with more issues in serving our communities and making Los Angeles safe, mobile, and sustainable. I know she has a lot of passion for the city and city service, and I'm very proud to serve with you and serve the city. I think everyone in Streets LA are very proud to have you as our liaison. So today we have two recognitions, and also I want to recognize Commissioner Calosa for working with us on the intern, and how I know how important internship is to the city, the bureau, and the entire city family. But I want to invite the new division manager over admin and financial management, Rose Karagazian. And Rose I want her to join me. As you know, gender equity is priority for us in the city, for the mayor, and for all of us. And I'm proud that we have also a leader in our division management, a woman that's working with Stephanie Clements, that you all know, who's our assistant general manager. You couldn't be here today. She's celebrating her birthday. She has an excuse, so, but I'm proud to have Rose be with us here and to be part of this city family and Streets LA family. Also, we just hired a senior engineer who's also a woman engineer, so we're very proud of that. And if you look at the interns today and the street sweeper operator class too, you can see the diversity, both in gender and ethnicity and everything. So we're very proud to have that. And our vision in Streets LA is if you haven't seen our strategic plan, it's online. We have a website. Is to enhance the quality of life for all. And that's not just to capture, and that's the discussion we want with our staff. It's not just helping the community and the residents in improving sidewalks, streets, trees, etc., but also to be a place for a career, for a job, bringing people from the community. Today, I welcomed 12 new hires this morning in our Streets LA from different levels, from the maintenance laborers and exempt. And one of them actually used to work downstairs in Homeboys. Nick Lopez. Today was his first day. I don't know if you met him. He's actually joined us today. He's going to help us. But that tells you it's all about bringing folks together. So moving forward, and I know how important this is, but I wanted Rose to be here, and I want to turn it over to Rose, but I know the commissioner is here to help us with the recognition. If you want to say something.
Commissioner Cabello.
Thank you, President James. I'm really honored and pleased to be here with Street Services on recognizing this really amazing program, two programs actually. One, the internship, and this is really, and thank you, Commissioner Calosa, for your help with that. This is really where you get your feet wet, you get your entryway, you start your network with the city, understand what the possibilities and potential is. And secondly, the amazing program we have with Trade Tech. We take our current employees and pay for them, and on their own time they go and they get a certificate so they can move up the ladder, and that is an amazing opportunity that we provide. And I really just do want to commend Adele and Street Services, because diversity, as we all say and we all know and we all act, is a goal for us, but you have to hire with intention. You have to constantly seek out and find those folks who are going to be the next generation of leaders. So thank you so much for doing that. I'm really honored to be here.
Thank you, Commissioner Cabello. Hi.
Hi. Good morning, President, Commissioners, and Vice President, Commissioners. I'm happy to be here with the Financial Management Division for Streets LA, and this is a great opportunity for us to recognize. We have about 20 interns, about 13 of them are here today, and it's a program that is ongoing and an opportunity for us to hire students from different schools, different universities in California and in other areas, and they've been working for us and learning different skills that will help them in their future with the city. Maybe we have been able to recruit some of them, and people have taken exams and been hired as systems analysts in different classifications within the city, so we're very proud of all our students. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Karagazian.
Correct. Thank you.
Thank you.
Sure. Yes. So our first student that we'd like to recognize today, actually Melissa's not here, so we will make sure she gets that. Daniel Nago, please come up. So Daniel is studying at the Cal State Northridge, and he's an intern with us. Congratulations. Okay, our second student, Ryan Seng from Cal State Long Beach. Thank you. Ming Yang Lu. Andy Echeverria. Luis Garcia from Cal State University Dominguez Hills. Raxmi Hoon.
Cal State LA, right?
That's correct.
Just a guess.
Thank you. John Kevin Galandenes. From El Camino College. Javier Nava from Cal State LA. Virej Kalajian from Cal State LA. Nerses Kazarian from Cal Poly University. Ocean Liu from Cal State Poly. We'll see if Human Saga from Cal State LA. We'll make sure he gets his certificate. Jekka Tranki from Cal State LA. Timothy Wright from Cal State Long Beach. And that will be all. We'll make sure that people that weren't here will get their certificates. Thank you so much.
Great. By the way, Timothy, the last person, is the person that developed our website. So if you went to our website, I challenge Timothy. Let's give him a hand. And then Javier was one of the folks. Those are the ones I worked with directly. He did our dashboard for our metrics, and he's just amazing. So Tim is already an employee now with us, with the city, and Javier and others also are applying, trying to get in. So look forward to seeing him actually as permanent employees. Thank you.
Well, that's the definition of a successful internship program, Mr. Hushkhalil. So, Commissioner Cabello, and are we going to move to
Yes.
to Keith
So,
Mose now?
yeah, I want to turn it over to Keith so he can take us to the next recognition.
Okay. Mr. Mose, how are you, sir?
Good morning, Commissioner, fellow commissioners, City Attorney, colleagues. I'm going to give an overview today of the Street Maintenance Technology Program. It's a very successful program, and as Commissioner Cabello mentioned, it's an upward mobility program. And the Motor Sweeper Operator School is one of our most successful programs because basically it's a direct correlation from training, certification to a job. And so with that being said, I'm going to read from this, so excuse me. The Street Maintenance Technology Program was designed to provide the necessary technical knowledge and skills to Bureau of Street Services employees who wish to advance to supervisor and superintendent levels. However, the courses are open to other City of Los Angeles employees, as well as outside city agencies and local residents seeking knowledge for a possible career in public works, not only with the Bureau, but with any government agency. The program is an upward mobility opportunity that offers a thorough knowledge of Streets LA construction practices. Our program offers a college-credited certificate of completion and associate's degree with the cooperation and support of the Los Angeles Community College District at Los Angeles Trade Tech. In 1993, Trade Tech instituted this program into its construction technology department as a valid program of study. Certificate of completion requires 10 technical courses. The associate's degree in street maintenance technology requires additional academic and construction technology courses prescribed by the college. The street sweeping course was added to our program in 1992. The class is designed to develop and train students to operate and maintain a motor sweeper. This is done through classroom lectures and hands-on modules in a 14 to 16-week course. Upon successful completion of this class, students are prepared to operate a motorized street sweeper and are able to apply for and obtain a position as a motor sweeper operator. The course is primarily designed to train and prepare Bureau of Street Services personnel for this position. However, we do allow students from other departments, municipalities, and the private sector to register for this class if space permits. Priority is always given to Bureau employees because once students successfully complete the course, they can be called upon as a substitute sweeper if needed. Successful completion of this class certifies that the student is able to maintain and operate a motor sweeper. The curriculum spans the entire spectrum of safety, maintenance, and operations. Since 2007, we've had over 300 students take this class. The majority of students have passed with a Class A or B license, and of the 300 students, approximately 10% were female. With that being said, I'd also like to honor some of our instructors, which Ming Gong is an instructor, but also our Street Maintenance Technology Program instructors. If you guys would please stand. Needless to say, they come in on nights and weekends to basically help train our staff as far as our new employees. But I'd also like to recognize Abe Navarro, former Assistant Director, but most of our, I'd like to, Madeline, if you could stand up. This is Madeline Smith. She's the core of the Street Maintenance Technology Program. She's been doing this for approximately 20 years. And it's with saddened heart that Madeline has been saying that she's going to retire in October. And once she leaves, I'll miss her greatly, but as far as she's the driving force behind this program. So thank you, Madeline, for that. And with that being said, unless you have some questions, or Commissioner Cabell? Okay. Do you have any questions?
No questions other than, and we'll make comments regarding both the interns and the graduates after, but I do always like to comment when Abe is here, at least if I do nothing but apologize for requiring you to put on a tie by 10 a.m. now, Abe. Although you sound very active in your retirement years from the city, so a tie might be something you're donning every day these days.
I still think I work for Abe. I'm sorry.
Good to see you again, Abe. Go ahead, Keith.
Okay, with that being said, our first graduate, Francisco Alvarez Ruiz. Gregory Scott Baldy. Cedric P. Bell. Tevin B. Brocker. Gennaro Granados. Jordan G. Hawkins. Engineer Teresa Hitt. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, you're from Bureau of Sanitation? Congratulations. Victor Lopez. Raquel Martinez. Marinos. And you're from sanitation as well? Yes. Congratulations. Jose Mendoza. Arthur Negrete. Jose Orozco. Santos B. Panaguay. Tara D. Tenson, excuse me. What's unique about Tara, she's also an instructor for our Class A, Class B commercial classes. So thank you.
Yay.
And Robert Williams. Congratulations, sir. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Start with you, Dave. And that concludes my portion of the presentation.
Great. Thank you, Keith. And we'll start with Commissioner Davis before we do our photographs, which we are probably going to have to do both groups in the back of the room because of their size. Commissioner Davis, then Commissioner Garcia.
I'd like to thank our leadership in street services. I guess first with regard to the internship program, many of our departments, all 5 of them primarily, or at least 4 of them, have the internship programs, which are critically important for us to reach out and collaborate with young people so that they can not only be enhanced by the study that they're doing in college, but that they can have some observation and some introduction to the practical part of doing a job. And I would like to congratulate the department for embracing our California state universities, both Cal States and other technical universities in this state, in helping to matriculate students from those schools. And as we continue to grow, and as we continue to achieve diversity, my vision is that we will also include some of those students who go to colleges in various areas of the country, many of whom go to historically black colleges and universities, and most of whom that we know in the city are living right here in our jurisdiction, and add those to our programs as we continue to grow and develop and continue to offer these collaborations between both practical experience and the academic experience that our students are engaged in. And I know that through this experience they have gained tremendously in terms of understanding how government works, and it is our hope that you'll come back and you will be an employee for the city of Los Angeles in the future. Finally, I'd like to commend both Adele and Keith in terms of the continued work that we do in our professional individuals who are working with us in street services, and the collaboration we have with the community college. We know, too, you will continue to be involved in helping to take the place of many of the people in the city who are retiring. We know that the majority of our workers are baby boomers, and they are retiring, and so we need people with the knowledge, the training, and the skills that you have obtained to come in and take the next generation of leadership for our great city. So again, in summary, I'd like to congratulate you and what we have done this year, and we look forward to continuing to be inclusive as we move forward with involving more Los Angelenos in the work of the city. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Davis. Commissioner Garcia.
Thank you. Thank you, Commissioner James. I'll be brief on this, but Keith, congratulations to you. You know that this is probably the best part of my work, that we get to be part of things like this. And I say things like this, but this is really the improving of the quality of life of everyone. And you said that completely, that's your new strategic model. Is that right, Adele? That's the vision. Congratulations, because this is where it starts, that we can actually improve the quality of life of our City of Los Angeles residents in all ways, not only by the city services that we provide as Port of Public Works, but the career path. So I'm very happy. I'm so glad to be part of this, Adele and Keith. And Keith, you've been a true leader on this effort for many, many years. I heard you say since 2007, we've had about 300 graduates now. That's almost 12 years ago that we started this program. Congratulations, Keith. This is a really great accomplishment. I hope to be your partner in many, many more, but we'll talk after. And then also to all the women that are in here that I think I saw 2 women getting a certificate, maybe 3? 3, all right. Congratulations. I know that this is probably the woman non-traditional role, but you guys do a great job. I met great women that are already doing this job full-time, and they're doing great as it is. So congratulations to everybody, not just the women also, but also the men that took their time to invest in yourselves. That's probably the best decision you have done for yourself to improve the quality of your life, but to improve the quality of your family's life. And this changes generations. I think some other bureaus said that they're changing lives, but you're also transforming your life, and you're also transforming the life of your kids and the life of their kids. So congratulations for that. This is absolutely such a great morning to have today. So congratulations to everybody. I'm very happy to be part of this. Adele, Keith, you guys are doing a great job. And to the woman that has been doing it for a very long time and is retiring, don't go. Don't go. At least until you've trained somebody else just like you, or you can clone yourself. But other than that, don't go. We have 2 more months with you? Maybe? 4 more. Okay, that sounds good. Maybe we'll extend it to like 6, 8, and we'll keep going from there. So thank you, Bureau of Street Services, Streets LA. You guys are doing an amazing job all around.
Thank you, Commissioner Garcia. Commissioner Caloza.
Thank you, President James. Just congratulations to the Streets LA team. Adele, Keith, thank you for your leadership. I think, pairing these 2 presentations together today kind of shows the pipeline that you guys are building. You're providing opportunities for students in college, and also providing more opportunities for your current employees to really make sure that they succeed and they have a pathway to better jobs and better training and more skills. And I think, you guys serve as a model for the department in terms of, where we really should be putting our time and attention to. And I really appreciate, you calling out, as Commissioner Garcia mentioned, your gender equity goals, which is really appreciated. I know we can always be doing better and always doing more, but I think you guys are putting a lot of effort and time into really making sure that we strive to meet those goals that are really important to us at the board and to the mayor. And just really congratulations to all the interns and for your service this summer, and thank you to all of you, and congratulations for completing this program. We really look forward to seeing what you'll do next. So thank you so much.
Thank you, and I'll close without trying to echo too much with what my colleagues said, of course, which I agree with. Just a couple of notes. First of all, regarding our graduates this morning, just know that we need you. The work that you do and will be doing for the city is a quality of life service that we provide, and your work is seen by tens of millions of people, not just the 4 million residents of Los Angeles, but the millions more that come through our city or work in our city but may not live in our city, and then the tens of millions more tourists that come here as we continue to set records in tourism. And it's a quality of life issue for our residents, but it's also a pride issue for our entire region. And you really are in the nitty-gritty of maintaining the city. And we appreciate that and look forward to a long, continued relationship with all of you. And thank you for selecting the city of Los Angeles. To the interns, um, you know, one of the things that I just want to add that my colleagues have heard me say to other groups of interns that came through before, thank you all for spending some of your time this summer with us at the city of Los Angeles. I remember my internships, every single one of them that I was fortunate enough to have when I was in school. And I even get asked about them sometimes. And that will happen in your future as well. You'll remember lessons that you picked up in your internship that you may not even recognize at this point. It might be 5, 10, 15 years down the road, and you'll remember something about your internship that you learned that was applicable or will be applicable to the work that you are doing. So thank you, and thank you for the contribution to our city. When I look at our internship programs, I recognize that the future of our city, and really today with both programs, the future of our city is bright. So we appreciate it greatly, and for really also for both groups, the opportunity to change careers over the years is something that's great about our city and indeed our country. I changed careers at 30, 40, and 50. So even though you think you might know what you're doing today or what you want to do today, that may change in 10 or 15 years down the road. And your training through the city of Los Angeles has better equipped you for it, whatever it might be. So thank you, everybody. And then what we will do is we'll take our interns first. Is that okay, Adele? For a group photo in the back, and then after we do that, then we'll have our graduates for a group photo in the back, and then we will return to our regular agenda. Thank you, everybody. All right, Dr. Davis. Okay, we do have a light agenda today, but we do have an agenda, so let's do this. I've got two different meeting minutes that we need to get approval from. July 15th and Wednesday, July 17th. The second is from Commissioner Cabello. Any objection? Without objection, we'll approve the meeting minutes from those dates. Agenda item number 1, authority for expenditure, RF McDonald Company, sanitation in the Office of Accounting, requesting board approval and an execution of an authority for expenditure in the amount of $78,509 for RF McDonald Company to encumber funds for boil inspection at the Terminal Island Water Reclamation Plant as mandated by Air Quality Management District. Parts, maintenance, and repair costs are additional. The service total price for 2 boilers, this doesn't really make sense, to be monitored, it should probably say. And this had been previously approved under another authority for expenditure. Mr. Fan? Welcome, sir.
Thank you. Good morning, President James, commissioners, and board representatives. I'm Michael Fan. I'm with the Terminal Island Water Reclamation Plant. So this particular authority for expenditure is for RF McDonald to provide specialized boiler services such as maintenance, training, emissions testing, tune-ups. So this was a previously approved last fiscal year in February 2019, but because of additional paperwork requirement, it didn't make it through before the end of fiscal year. So nothing in particular has changed since that time, but I'm here for reapproval. So if you have any questions, please let me know.
Commissioner Cabello.
Thank you, President James. I noticed that there is an item listed about which appropriation fund this comes from, but again, with a bunch of numbers, I don't really know what that means. So if you can just for the record state where this money is coming from. Is this a special funded item? Is this a general funded item? And this is something I have asked all bureaus to please put on future requests for AFEs.
Okay, I want to say...
If you could get back to me with that, that would be great.
Fund 760, this is Fernando Campos, Executive Officer. Fund 760 is a sewer operations and maintenance fund,
Okay,
which is
all I need to know.
similar related to SEM.
Special funded. Okay,
Special funded,
wonderful.
yes.
Thank you.
And we'll eventually get, it's a work in process.
Work in process.
One thing you can do, Dr. Campos, on some of these, if they're missing it, you can, I hate to say kick it back, but you can call for a revision.
I would be more than happy to do so. What we are doing on the agenda, since we're just noting it down at the bottom, but again to Commissioner Cabello's point, is the description is still missing there.
Okay, we're getting there. Thank you. Do you have any other lights on? Mr. Pham, was this your first time?
No, second time. I was
okay,
here for the last time.
Oh, the last time on this one.
Yeah.
Oh, because you seemed too confident for a first timer when you asked for questions. So I was gonna say, all right. Well, welcome, sir, again.
Thank you.
All right, welcome back. Thank you. Is there a motion? I'll make a motion that we adopt agenda item number 1, seconded by Commissioner Cabello. Any objection? Without objection, we'll adopt agenda item number 1. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Any issue sending number 1 forthwith? We'll send number 1 forthwith. Mr. Roch, you're here on number 2, our Office of Community Beautification. I know we just went through, because I signed them, and we had hearings on them, lots of contract amendments for the year. Are you set up now?
We still have a few more probably coming through. We've had some recent transfer of funds for some of the tree planting programs, so those should be coming to board next week and coming to you for signature shortly after that. But all of our basic graffiti removal, public right-of-way cleanup, those requests or contracts are all signed, executed, and being entered into the FMS system, so we'll be able to make payment to our contractors. Good morning, Paul Roch, Director of the Office of Community Beautification. Just to provide a quick quarterly update on some of the activities that we've been involved with recently. First, to highlight the graffiti abatement program. For the fiscal year that ended in June, looking back, OCB contractors removed 25.2 million square feet of graffiti on a citywide basis from over 445,000 locations. This was about 3 million fewer square feet of graffiti than the previous year, primarily due to the requirement that we had to cut back some of our crew hours in the field because of the prevailing wage issue.
Table, I was going to avoid it this morning.
I did put it out
Since
there.
you put it out there, let me interrupt you for a moment. I was getting a brief update a moment ago from Commissioner Garcia. We still haven't heard officially from the Department of Industrial Relations at the state level yet, but we anticipate a determination on the additional classification by the end of the month, correct? Or maybe next month?
I keep it the way, you read one person's emails and they make it seem like, oh, it's imminent, it's coming, and it just hasn't yet. So I would think by end of August, September, hopefully, that if there will be a new determination, that it will come sooner rather than later. But yeah, that has not happened at this point yet.
And Paul, are you still continuing with the service level speed that we were talking about at budget earlier in the summer? Actually, now it would have been in the spring. That the council wanted, and then recognizing that we may have to shore up some additional funding at the in one of the maybe the third or fourth quarter.
Right. So yes, we do have our crews are out, basically operating 100%, and that does mean that we will be coming up somewhat short towards the end of the fiscal year. It pretty much all depends, when and if a new prevailing wage determination does come in. As it stands now, we know we made it all the way through July, and it looks like at least through August with no determination. The longer that takes, the more we're going to be short at the end of the year. But we did get the commitment from CLA's office, from the Budget and Finance Committee, and also the Mayor's office, that they wanted us to have our crews out working full speed, and if they needed to make adjustments to the budget mid-year, that would happen. So, we are doing that. We did compare our numbers for July of this year to July of last year just to see how it looks and to ensure that now having our crews out there on a full-time basis is making a difference. In July of 2018, 1.9 million square feet of graffiti was removed from 35,000 locations. For July of 2019 that just ended, now that we have our crews running full speed, we were at 2.2 million square feet, so an extra 300,000 square feet of graffiti was removed from 51,000 locations. So basically 15,000 more locations were done this July than July of 2018. So, and certainly as the year goes on, they're ramping up more and more. So I think that those numbers will continue to escalate as far as the amount of work being done. Moving on to the public right-of-way cleanup work, also performed by the nonprofits under contract with the Office of Community Beautification. Last year, they cleaned 7,858 locations of weeds, litter, and debris from along the public right-of-way. They filled 127,476 trash bags and removed those bags again from the public right-of-way. The previous year, they'd collected 118,000, so almost 10,000 more bags this year than in the previous year. Additionally, in addition to the weed and litter, OCB contractors picked up 12,580 discarded items from along the public right-of-way and got rid of those as well. As far as volunteer cleanups for the year that just ended, looking back, OCB supported and coordinated and participated in 633 community cleanup projects. This is by far the highest total that we've ever had in a year. The previous high was 425. So I think this is a testament to the residents of the city who come out and volunteer on these projects and their willingness to help improve their local communities. Also a testament to the OCB staff who, you know, are out there working with these groups, going out to meetings and talking about services available and then coordinating the resources available through the Public Works Department to support these events. We haven't gotten our total numbers as far as numbers of volunteers or volunteer hours, but I can only assume that if the number of projects went up, so will have the number of volunteers and volunteer hours. Finally, just one thing I want to highlight. We have coming up next week a special project. OCB's been working with Union Pacific and MTA to coordinate some cleanup projects along the Blue Line route tracks. Usually OCB contractors are not able to access the walls for graffiti abatement along the railroad right-of-ways, primarily because anytime you do work within 25 feet of an active rail line, you have to have a flagman. Flagman costs $1,700 a day, which somewhat limits our ability to do work along the railroad lines, you know, but those are highly visible. A lot of people, their way in and out of the city is through MTA or Union Pacific or one of those. So Union Pacific did agree for next week to cover the cost of the flagmen on this project. So for all of next week, we'll have crews out working along the Blue Line corridor. If this proves successful, it's my hope that we can expand to other rail lines throughout the city and you know, knock down a lot of that graffiti that is up on some of those walls that are really not visible other than if you're riding along the rails. So that pretty much concludes my report for now. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Roch. Any questions at all? None. Let me just mention, and you referenced this, I ran into, it wasn't like we didn't know each other was going to be there, but I ran into Anna Weezer from your office at the Koreatown Neighborhood Council. She did a great job, of course. How many of the neighborhood councils, is it kind of a constant rotating road show for you all?
It is. I mean, there are certain neighborhood councils that call us back on a regular basis, you know, like, oh, we, you know, once a year or something, like to have a representative come in and give a presentation. Obviously, they have rotating board members and stuff like that. But we do also, you know, maybe about every other year really make a concerted effort to go out and hit every neighborhood council, or at least let them know, you know, about services available and whether they'd like a presentation from the Office of Community Beautification. But yes, a lot of them are just because the neighborhood councils, you know, call us up on a regular basis and say, hey, can you have somebody come out to one of our meetings on a, you know, particular night. So yeah, most of the OCB staff, you know, kind of divided amongst the areas they're responsible for, and are going out not just with the neighborhood councils, but any type of community group that would like to hear about services available and how they can participate and you know, get involved in keeping their community clean.
Great, thank you, sir. Commissioner Garcia.
I just want to say that your staff has been doing a great job in being out there more present now, and I know we've talked a lot about educating the community about the services that OCB does, because that way they themselves can have time to organize their own community events and their own cleanups and so forth by us providing support, and not just necessarily always your office leading the way on that. So congratulations on that. I saw your folks were out there at the backpack giveaway for the San Fernando Valley LGBT community center, and she did a great job being there. It was a really nice time to be out there. So thank you to all your staff, yourself, for all the effort that you guys have done in the past year of picking up our services, still with lingering the prevailing wage behind us, and to all your staff that are so now so open to be able to be out there. So thank you for that, Paul.
Of course, thank you.
Thank you. Anything further? Dr. Camp, thank you, Paul. Oral
Thank
report
you.
will be received. Dr. Campus, have we cleared the desk?
Yes, you have.
Okay, we are adjourned. Thank you, everybody.